G'day everybody, this is Kiwi GI Customs and Collections, and today I'm going to look at working on the Slugger. I brought this reasonably at a reasonable good price. All is there, the tow hook is in there, it's really good condition. The only thing it's missing is the hatch and the gun. So I think the first thing we'll look at is making this hatch, and we'll take a quick measurement. If you can see that, I'll zoom in. Right, that looks like to me it's 35 on this longer piece here. That looks like to me it's about 30, and that looks like to me like it's about 20. So as long as I get the overall shape of it right, and also I need something for the swivel part of the turret, so maybe it needs to sit back a bit, so about 40, 43, back here to there. So the thing I'm going to look at using for the hatch, and you guys are going to really hate me, but I've got a spare Manta windsurf board, and the reason I'm choosing this is the same colour, or pretty similar colour to the tank itself, but the camo. So as you can see, I've already marked out what I need to cut. Well, this side I did. So I'll say the only thing to do really is sort of basically get into it. Okay, we'll move the tank aside. So once again, I'm using the rotary tool. I'm going to be using the cutting wheel on this. So basically there's nothing left to do here but make a bit of noise and say sorry for that. Let's get into it. Right, move that to one side. Let's bring the tank back. Yeah, that'll work really well. Trim off that piece there. So once again, the old trusty lid. I can probably cut shorter. I can probably cut right where those black marks are. All right, here we go. Bring the tank back. Yeah, not bad. I'll use a sander on this. Alright, be back. Alright, so I've got myself one of these nail file things for my wife. Just move it down a bit. Yeah, I think they looked apart. Now, I don't know if the hatch is painted or not, so I need to do my research into that. And another thing too, this hatch actually swivels around, so I'm going to need to put something in there. Okay, so what I find is to put in here, it just about fits. It's just quite a snug fit. It's one of these things that you put the screw head in, you know, you sort of drill into a wall, screw in, and it expands. Well, I've got one of these, so, and that is pretty close to the colour too, so that's not going to care too much. I reckon if I just take a notch out of that, put that in there, and then glue that on the hatch with that plastic glue that I've got. As you can see with some of my previous videos, I'm using that. That should do the trick. Okay, let's try this. Okay, the first thing I'll do is I'll mark it. Okay, so I just need to take that off. So I'll look at doing that now. Okay, so I've changed the head on the retro tool to this. And all I want to do is basically take off a little bit. So I'm going to kick it up a notch on this and fire away. See, it's made a nice notch in there. I'll repeat myself, sorry. See that? It's made a nice notch in there. And that should fit in there quite nicely. Yep. See all that? If you can just see in there, there's a bit of a mistake from my behalf. So I want to go in a bit more. That's why people, you just do a little bit at a time. Yep, I've just taken a little bit off camera. It looks good to me. Now I've got to work out how much I need to take off on this tab here. I'll just put a mark on. So also I'm cutting about that much off. Okay, so I've cut about there. And now I'm going to use the plastic nips here to cut the rest off. Okay, yep, it does look crooked, but that's all right. You just basically lineage that until it's basically even. Okay. I reckon it's safe if I did it this way. Yep, that's good. So now I've got this sitting on here. There's a little bit of hole there, but I'll look at covering it up also with a bit of glue and all that. So I'm happy with that so far. Actually, maybe I should need to set it on top. Actually, no, I can go this way. Yeah, I mean, why would you go this way? That's right in front of the barrel of the gun going up. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go this way. Easy. Okay, so once again, I'm using Sally's Power Grip, all plastic glue, and this is the primer, and this is the adhesive right here. And once again, I got this from Bunnings Warehouse in Palmerston North, or in New Zealand. Okay, so they say that you prime this. And I just dropped that. Excellent. But I wasn't too far away. Now I don't know which end I primed. Alright. Put that down like so. Prime this in. I'm not sure what the primer does. Is it the same thing as paint, which is basically helps it to stick? Please, by all means, if anyone knows, leave a comment. So I'm basically going to stick this pliers to one side. I mean, do I risk putting this in the tank now? Yeah, that shouldn't really stick to anything. Alright, I'm going to risk doing something. It may be dumb. Yeah, I'm going to leave that like that. Leave that alone. Right. Okay, as you can see, the next thing I'm going to make is the machine gun. And if you see right over here, it's the same gun as, or grenade launcher is Gun Ho version 1, but slightly modified. So I'm going to be looking at using a paper clip to make these modifications. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the straps using the nips. And don't you worry, people, this is a spare gun that I've got for gun hose, so it's not going to be missed or needed. Well, it is going to be needed for this. So with the strap out of the way, I'm not going to throw that away. I can use it for something else. Probably look at drilling a hole first in there, and then possibly drilling a hole into this point. Yeah, that's my best bet, really. Okay, let me get myself set up and get into it. So once again, I'm using this smaller rotary tool, and I'm going to take a drill right in the center of this. Right, and then once again, right in the center of here. Excellent. Okay, so what I've ended up using is the brad nail gun, and I quite look at that. It's actually, if I turn it that way, yeah, that makes it pretty badass. Okay, so next I need to get the paper clip and shape it to how the gun is, and I think from how it looks it goes like that. So I need to put a bin up here. Yeah, a little bit more shaping. I reckon I should just glue this in now, and then I can possibly shape it while it's in place. Okay, time to get some super glue. Okay, put the super glue in here. Right, now just wait for that to dry. Alright, so that's had time to dry, and I think it's in the right spot, but let's just position it a little bit more. I think it needs to go this way, a bit down, a bit down, down, a bit down. Yep. And find a way to straighten that up. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to cut this pretty long, just so I can see how it looks. And then also that's moved, so I need to apply some more super glue on that. Okay, so with that, let's bring in this Slugger. Now you can see that's way too long. That's the beautiful thing about cutting and trimming. So that's actually what I should have done is measure. And what I should do is actually get a figure in there to see how it looks. Okay, so I got thunder in there, and you can see it's sitting way too high. If I got on an angle like this, so I need to trim off a lot more than that, but not too much. So once again, let's go back here. Oh, that looks about right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's a good angle, good height. Yep. Okay, so what I've done is, you can see this is sitting quite loose, like really, really loose. And what I've done is I've got a lollipop stick and trimmed it down so it fits in there quite snug. So I'll therefore cut this off about here and just put it into place. Now I do not want to glue this in, because if I get another gun, it should be easy for me to put this in here. So I decided to change my mind and put a bit of plastic around this instead of putting it there. And then what I'll do next is just put a dot of glue gun to shape in there. I can still get, this is all designed so that when I get a hatch and a gun for this can easily come off and they can go on, but just for the time being, it will do. Okay, so with the Slugger's new hatch on, I've got the gun here. That fits really well. With old Thunder. Gun's sitting a little bit high. Need to trim a little bit more off. Alright, now with the gun in its right place, and that, all it needs left to do is me to paint the gun now. And I see that it is painted a green, so once again I'll just be using this spray can here from Tamio Aircrafts AS14 olive green, US Air Force. So you've seen me paint before, so I'm going to take this out. So this is it, the G.I. Joe Slugger self-propelled cannon with its new machine gun and hatch. Yeah, that was quite a good project. It took a little bit longer than I suspected. Just a few variants. Yeah, trouble with the paper clip. Well, it wasn't trouble with the paperclip, trouble with trying to find something to fit in there that will suit. And then the glue took a little bit longer for it to dry. But all in all, I'm quite impressed with that. I brought this, as I said, pretty much a reasonable price. It came with a funder, but I already had a funder anyway. So the funder it came with it had a broken crotch. So I could look at repairing that and using that for as a custom. And there's Slugger. And unfortunately the gun is such an awkward angle that he can't really hold it, but I can just pretend he's holding it there. This isn't his original helmet aerial. Well, it is his original helmet, but isn't his original aerial and visor. I customized that by using Lightfoot's aerials from his helmet, and then a bit of plastic basically cut into shape. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So that's ready for to go on my shelf in the display. Hopefully I can come up or purchase the gun and the hatch, but if I don't, I'm quite happy. I said everything on this was really good. And with that, my friends, it's time for me to have a hot cup of coffee and catch you later. Yo, Joe.